Uppingham is famous for its hymn singing. Lots of schools say that, but in our case it happens to be true. So much so, it's even mentioned in the preface to our hymn book by the then headmaster of the day, who wrote that the ability of Uppinghamians to sing loudly and even, on occasion, sensitively is very pronounced. So we're well known for singing our hymns, but I have a particular problem, and that is that I don't like some of the modern hymns. I don't like Shine Jesus Shine. It's far too modern. I dislike the sheer joy, as it doesn't quite fit in with the rather dour and guilt-ridden religion imposed upon me by accident of birth. Very few hymns should really be sung unless their composer's timeline, like some dreadful Venn diagram, overlaps with the reign of Her Majesty Queen Victoria. Let's examine the evidence. Check out the greatest hits of all time. How about I Vow to Thee, My Country? A hymn famously banned from Uppingham's repertoire 20 years ago by the then headmaster Stephen Winkley, in an amazing precursor to today's woke and cancel culture on the grounds of its imperialism. He clearly hadn't ever sung the second verse. It's actually an unusual work, written as a 3-verse poem, but the third verse is all about the war dead, and that wasn't put to music. The composer was born right in the middle of Queen Victoria's reign, so that box is ticked. Jerusalem the Golden, tick. Oh Jesus, I have promised, tick. But there is another criterion. Like a hill far away, that if Ofsteded should be box ticked though. To be truly Victorian, it ought to be like a drawing room of the day, full of over-heavy furniture, long drapes, ornaments, table legs covered, overstuffed Chesterfields. So the greatest hits must similarly be grandiose, laden with these and storms of passion, perhaps the odd dispersing of gloomy clouds of night, etc. You get the picture. A few unnecessary apostrophes would help, usually mid-word to help the posh drop some of their vowels, to give victory o'er the grave. So let's look closer to home and do the ultimate check. Our school hymns. We have two. One for the end of things, the other, more commonly belted out, the originally named School Hymn 1. Written by J.H. Screen, Victorian and Uppinghamian through and through. I've been here for more than 30 years, and I still cross screens, dads and uncles in the late 80s and early 90s, and now we have a screen in the school now. 2 ticks. I'll quickly read part of the third verse. It's magnificent. It has antimacassars on the back of its wing-back chairs. A grandfather clock ticks sonorously as dust motes float past the rich velvets. Check this out. Third verse. Brother, if with lure unblessed, tempt to wise, the past betrayed thee. Rise once more to war addressed, fare the field, thy God to aid thee. Lo, once more the morn begins, scatters as the cloud thy sins. Rise and bid thy morrow slay, shades or shames of yesterday. It's wonderful stuff, almost meaningless, full of overstuffed Chesterfields. It's actually about redemption, personal redemption. It's all about putting things right. The first verse is about the school gathering together. The second verse reminds us of our histories and traditions. The fourth verse is about moving forward. The third verse is about a bit of miserable redemption. It's fantastic. We could have had any number of school hymns, and all Victorian, all thoroughly Jacob Rees-Mogg. This is called Borth Lyrics, poems written to commemorate our return from Borth. Or any one of these could have been put to some wonderful pieces of music. All magnificent.